Hello, today we will be covering this assignment right here. Assignment May 27th, solving equations. Day 1, review of solving linear equations. Okay, a few things about this that's very important. Please open this link. Okay, so you already have the assignment, but if not, you can get the assignment here. Number 2, this is a document for translation, so please open this real quick. Download that. Okay, the first thing I would like you to do is please make sure to translate this thing right here so you can understand why we're learning this lesson today. So take a moment to pause the video and translate the message, please. Okay, so that's what we're learning how to do to solve equations like this. What is the value of x, for example? Okay. The next thing I want you to do is download this, Steps in Solving Linear Equations. It has the steps we're going to go through today. So it's very important to come here and translate all these steps and understand them, and make sure you understand this as well about all the various steps. So please read and translate number 1 and make sure you understand what's happening here in this example of it, okay? So when you have something like this, you need to distribute. Multiply 2 times x and then multiply 2 times -4, okay? The next step is to please read number 2, okay? Very important. What are like terms? Make sure to translate that and look at what's happening here. When you have an equation like that, you're looking for things that are the same. So you can combine 6x and 2x, but you cannot combine those with a 6. Okay, over here you can combine numbers that are just by themselves called constants. So 5 minus 2 is this 3 right here, okay? And then you just have 3x, okay? Please then read number 3. Combining like terms on opposite sides, okay? What does that mean? It means this is an equation with an equal sign. I have an x on this side, and I have an x on that side. I can combine those together by removing either the 3x or the term that has the x on one side, but I have to do the same thing to the other side. So you see I subtract 3x here. This one cancels it out. So over here I have nothing. I just have this 10 right here, okay? And then over here, this 3x, 5x minus 3x leaves me 2x plus 6. Okay, then after that, I have a 6 here and a 10 there. So I subtract 6 from both sides, and that leaves me 2x equals 4. Okay, and then at that point, we divide, make sure to translate that. Divide, we want to remove the 3 so we can solve or isolate the x. So it's multiplied by 3, so the opposite operation is to divide both sides by 3, so x is equal to 4. And finally, a very important step is this. Make sure you confirm your answer. Translate all these, right? If 4 is the correct answer, well, this is a different equation. This equation is different than this. So this solution is different. This is a new equation. So for this equation, is x equal to 3? Well, I take that 3, wherever I see an x, right there or right there, and right here or right there, I put in this 3 right there, okay? And then I figure out the value on both sides, and this left side is equal to the right side, so that means this is a solution, okay? So the next thing I'd like you to do is look at an example of the process and try to follow it, okay? Okay, we got a long equation, but I'm going to let you go through this, read it, and try to understand what's happening. So this is the first step, clearing the parentheses. We get this now, okay? Combining like terms, it shows the 8x and the 3x can be combined for the 5x. This 5x and the 2x together for 7. We also can combine the constants. 8 minus 12 is -4. 10 plus 20 is 30, okay? Combining like terms on opposite sides. Well, we have an x over here and a 7x over there, so we subtract the smaller amount, 5x, from both sides. Okay, that leaves us with just 30 here. But here we have 2x minus 4. Then we add 4 to both sides. 34 equals 2x. So that means we then divide both sides by 2 to remove this 2 right here, and we get 17 equals x. And then This is a long equation, but what we can do is we can take this x for 17, put it there, or the 17 there, 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 there. Everywhere there's a 17. You see 17 here, 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 here. And then we put it together, and when we finish all that with our calculator, 115 is equal to 115. Okay, so if you were with me at this point, I'm going to go to the assignment, and we're going to work the first one together. Okay, so here's our assignment. We're going to work the first 8 problems together. So let's take number 1. And what are we doing here? We're solving for x, right? That means we need to isolate x. So what is the first step that we should do? Are there any parentheses? That's the first thing we check. And are there any parentheses? No parentheses, no. So then we say, okay, do we have any like terms on the same side? So let's see what we have over here. X and 51 are on the same side of the equation, on the left side, but they're not like terms. Over here, we only have one term, so it cannot be combined with anything. So now we're going to go to, are there like terms on the opposite side that we can combine? So do that. We use the opposite operation to remove a term from one side, but we have to make sure to do the same thing to both sides. So that means we come over here and we see that there is a constant over here and a constant over there. So we want to remove by the opposite. So since that's plus, we got to do minus 51, and we have to do it to both sides, okay? And when we do that, our new equation is going to be this 51 cancels out, and the only thing we have left is this x, so x is equal to, so 81 minus 51 equals 30, okay? So now we're going to check to make sure it works. Is x plus 51 equals 81? Does 30 plus 51 equals 81? And it does when you use your calculator both sides, so that means it's correct. So that means our answer for x is 30. Okay, so now I want you to try question number 2 and pause the video, try number 2, and come back to see if you got the answer. Okay, so here we don't have any parentheses. We do have like terms, the 35 and the 56, and we also want to get x by itself. So we need to combine the 35 with the 56, and we want to move it onto that side so that x is by itself, right? So we see that it's being subtracted from 35, so the opposite of subtraction is adding, in this case, 35 to both sides. So when that happens, this goes away, x equals that, and 56 plus 35 is 80 plus 11, 91. Okay, so then we're going to come over here and confirm it. Is 91 minus 35 equal to 56? If we use our calculator, it will be 56. So that is correct. Okay, so that is 91. Okay, so now we're going to come over here, solve the following equation for x. Okay, this time we don't have any, so try this and make sure you refer to the steps over here and then come back and see the solution. Okay, so here we don't have any we don't have parentheses, we don't have any like terms on the same side or on opposite sides because this 17x, we cannot combine it with the 646. So what we have to do is we have to look at step number 4. We have something like this. If we have to divide both sides by the coefficient to isolate the variable. Because the only thing we have left is we need to get 17 away on that side of the equation. And we do that by getting rid of that. So both sides we divide by 17. And when we do 646 divided by 17, 646 divided by 17, enter, I get 38. Okay, so we get 38. Now we also can check it. We can go, is 17 times 38 multiplication equal to 46, 646? And it is. When we confirm it with our calculator, we can see that it's the same. Okay, so now we have a question like this. We have this equation here, so you may want to try this and pause the video. But basically what happens is we need to remove the 34 to the other side. Now here, since x is being divided by 34, the opposite of dividing is multiplying. But we have to multiply by 34, so we go 34 over that times 1. Why? Because that cancels and we get just x. But we have to do the same thing to the other side, so then we get that. So we get 612. So 612. And then, of course, we go 612 divided by 34 equals 18. So it checks. We do that. Okay, here the same thing. Now we're going to do number 5. 5, try this one, same thing as you did before. So everybody try 5 and then come back and I'll show you the solution. Okay, this one is like number 3. We just divide by negative 21, divided by both sides by negative 21. And what is that? So 819 divided by negative 21. 819 divided by, remember we have to use a negative, 21. Enter, and I get negative 39. So I get negative 39. Remember, it's negative, not minus, okay? Okay, so try number 6, and then come back and check the video for the answer. Okay, so we have to solve for x by getting rid of the negative 38. So we multiply both sides by negative 38. That cancels, and we just get x. But we also have to multiply by negative 38 here, and so we get, okay, so negative 19 times 38, enter, we get negative 722. Okay, negative 722. Okay, so negative 7 is very different. Here we have the x on the bottom in the denominator. So we need to get that out of there. So what we have to do is we have to multiply by x. So that cancels and we get 675. But we do have to multiply both sides by x. So we get 27x. Once we do that, then we have a regular equation, divide both sides by 27, by 27. And we get, I'll write it over here. On the right side, that cancels. X is equal to, okay, 675 divided by 27 is equal to 25. Okay, so that's our answer there. And of course, remember, you should take this over here, 675 divided by 25 equals 27. Okay? Okay, so our next one actually has parentheses. So if you remember from the steps, when we have parentheses, we've got to distribute. That would be, let's see, do we have it here? Oh, that's the very first step, right? When you have something like that, you have to distribute. So I multiply the 7 times the x to get 7x, and 7 times positive 4 to get positive 28 equals 161. Okay, now we can subtract 28 from both sides, and we get 7x is equal to, okay, so 161 minus 28 is equal to 133. Okay, and then of course over here we got, okay, then we divide by 7, this cancels, x is equal to 19. And remember, don't forget to try it in this equation here. So 7 times 19 plus 4 should equal 161. And if you put it in your calculator, it will equal 161 when you do it in your calculator. So the answer is 19. Okay, so our last problem here is a long problem with all the steps together that we've been reviewing. I would like you to try that first, and then come back and I'll check the solutions for you, or I'll show you the solution. Okay, the first step is we have parentheses. So I distributed, and this is the new part. Everything here is the same, but that's the new part. Okay, next step, go ahead and try that and come back for the step. Okay, the next step is to combine like terms on the same side. The 4x and the 5x became 9x, and the negative 7x and 2x became negative 5x. These two are the same. Okay, try the next step. Okay, the next step is to combine like terms on opposite sides. So I added 5x to both sides, getting 14x over here and removing that. Finally, I moved this over here, added 84 to both sides, got this, and then divided by 14 to get 7. And make sure to put 7 in there to do that. Now,